Hey everybody, and welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, Glengoyne 10 years old. Since it is October, the 10th month of the year, I am reviewing a 10-year-old every single Friday. So if you are yet to, hit subscribe right now. That'll ensure you don't miss any of these or any of my other whiskey reviews, which all come out every single Friday. So as always, I'm going to give you a nose taste finish review of this single malt scotch. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, and leave you with a malt musing. But first, a bit about Glengoyne and this 10-year-old whiskey. Glengoyne Distillery, located in the Highlands region of Scotland, but the Southern Highlands. This whiskey is the 10 years old, and it is the introductory level of their range. Their core range also includes a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 21-year-old, a couple NAS releases here and there. Glengoyne puts out a lot of stuff. They are known for their sherried whiskeys, and this one here is bottled at 43% ABV and has some tasting notes. It is hand-selected sherry casks, crafted from European and American oak. They also like to note that they dry their barley by air, so that is part of Glengoyne's thing. Here is one more look at the bottle. They are going through a label change right now, so these will be looking a little different soon. Glengoyne label embossed on the back. I got this as part of a gift pack. So it comes in a giant box like this. Normally, this is what the bottle looks like. It comes in a tube that is orange, similar to this. Here's what else it has to say. They have 6 guiding principles to keep them true to their past. Unpeated, patience, which means their stills are Scotland's slowest. Glengoyne's bold flavors build ounce by ounce. Oak casks, hand-selected sherry casks. Number 4, maturation. Need space to breathe, and they keep it in stone-built warehouses. Natural color, it's good to see. All Glengoynes have natural color. In tradition, they've been making these since 1833. There you go. It does not say anything, however, about whether or not they chill filter, so we are going to assume that they do. So a little bit of a bummer there, but let's take a look at this whiskey now. Let's put this in the glass. All right. And here is what the Glengoyne 10 is looking like. Okay, let's go in for the nose. Rich, fruity, and it is the dark red fruit kind, so I'm thinking fig, currant kind of stuff. These are not bright red fruits. No. There's a little bit of berry. There's also some bite to it, some spice. So you're getting a little bit of a prickle on the nose here. It's kind of like cinnamon, dry cinnamon, maybe cinnamon stick. This really smells similar to like a mulled wine, if you've ever had mulled wine before. A hot red wine with a lot of baking spices, clove, cinnamon, things like that. Really resembles that a lot. There's a slight little grassy note to it as well, and honey, maybe even a little maple syrup. It's a very rich, sweet nose. Okay, let's give this a taste. Cilantro. It arrives big, rich, and sweet, as advertised when it comes to what we got on the nose. Green apple, zesty, berries. As it develops, you really get a bite of kind of that cinnamon pepper. And then it really takes a pretty big drop off. It's a short, medium finish, leaving you with a little bit of almond, vanilla, maybe a slight coffee bean note. Yeah, it doesn't last long on the palate. Okay, let's give this a little bit of water, 43% ABV. It is likely chill filtered, so I don't expect to get any Scotch mist in here, but let's see what the nose does with water. Caramel apple. Again, raisins. Maybe a little bit of dried fruit now, but for the most part, very similar than before. It's just a lot of sweet, dark fruit. Bit of that spice. Not much else going on here. Maybe there's a little bit of citrus going on, but it's hard to tell. Okay, another taste here. Again, quite nice on the arrival. When it hits your tongue, especially the front of your tongue, it's sweet, fruity. There's a bit of that vanilla, caramel. Then you start getting a little bit more tart apple now with water. It's kind of like, I don't know, those green apples. Again, it drops off pretty quick. This whiskey does not stay around long. It is still like a short, medium finish, right in between a short and a medium. You are left with, again, kind of like chocolate-covered espresso bean, vanilla, a little bit of that almond note, faint though, and kind of that dark red grape raisin. Okay, here's one more look at the bottle. Glengoyne, 10 years old, can run you about $40, $45 USD. So definitely an entry-level price for an entry-level single malt. Not, you know, decent value. There's a lot of other things in that price range. So, you know, this is something you should find readily available as well. This is definitely not exclusive as it is part of their core range. Okay, so final thoughts here. Glengoyne 10. I think this is a solid whiskey. It definitely gives you an introduction to Glengoyne style. One thing I note on this, and that you find in older Glengoynes, I find them a lot lighter on the palate than this one. This is a much richer whiskey than actually I really expected when I bought it. It just doesn't last very long. This thing drops off pretty quick. You are definitely left wanting more, so it is something that I could see being very drinkable, trying to recapture some of that flavor, as the finish on this is definitely its weakest part. And one of the shorter finishes I've had even on a 10-year-old. So given all that, I do appreciate their style. I wish they didn't chill filter, but that's fine. It is what it is. My final score here on the Glengoyne 10 is going to be a 2.5 out of 5, which means I do recommend trying this. And if you can, try it before you buy it, do so. All right, y'all. So that is my review of Glengoyne 10 years old. And with that, I will send you over to your malt musing. Be sure to hit subscribe, because I will have another 10-year-old single malt Scotch up for review next week, Friday, and all through the month of October. See you then. Salaam, y'all.